One.
Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Zalata and I'm going to be talking to you about the two PowerPoints that were given to us to read. So the first one is called Understanding the Perspective of Others, and it mostly just went over the 6 lenses of perspective and inquiry. So the first one was inquiry. It didn't really talk much about inquiry, but I was just assuming that it was about being able to ask questions that are relevant and dig deeper into a problem and then solve it. However, the second lens of perspective and inquiry is called change management. I do have an image of the matrix. It's image number 2, which is the first image in my 4 images. And it talks about different types of change that can be implemented, but the one that we really want to strive for is called positive change. And in order to have positive change, we need to have a vision, implement skills, use incentive and use sources, and then create an action plan. Positive change is possible if we analyze, apply conditions and strategies for change, and we have the will to do it as a group. The third lens is called systems change. That's the third image that I have in my little group of images. And at the top, it says that system perspectives believe that communications occur among interdependent units that work together to adapt to an ever-changing environment. Everything in our school system is a complex set of interactions, and so the complexity and diversity are good and needed for us to grow and change the system into what it should be. The fourth lens is called adult learning theory. That is my 4th image, which is in the bottom left-hand corner. In the arrow, it has 6 different characteristics that show how the adults learn best. So I'm just going to read the 6 bullet points so that way you can know what the 6 ways the adults learn best are. The first one is they need to be self-directed. The second one is they need to utilize their past experiences and knowledge. The third one says that it needs to be goal-oriented. The fourth one says it needs to be relevant to what they are doing. The fifth one says that it needs to highlight practicality. And the sixth one says that it needs to encourage collaboration. The fifth lens is systematic structural oppression. And that's basically saying that oppression is present everywhere, especially in our education system and school structures. In order to transform the systems, we need to identify and examine what is in our school systems, for example, prejudice, racism, and social powers. And we need to be able to implement these changes that make it even better, and we need to understand the system structures so that way we are recognizing what is oppressing us. The last lens of perspective and inquiry is emotional intelligence. That is my 6th image in the bottom right-hand corner. So basically, it's kind of like a Punnett square. It's talking about how the 2 titles on the top interact with the 2 titles on the left-hand side, and it's kind of like a cycle. So the self-awareness that we need to acquire changes how we have our social awareness, which changes relationship management. But self-awareness can also lead to self-management, which can lead to relationship management. This is the ability to identify, assess, and control the emotions of yourself, others, or groups. Now, the questions that I have about this PowerPoint are how we can best use the change matrix in the change of management lens within our PLCs. The second question is, what kind of system is in your school culture, is your school culture following? And how is that system being sustained? And then the third question is, how can we help colleagues learn best based on the adult learning theory? How do I stop it?